Welcome back to another Sun and Moon Lost Thunder video. Today we will be taking a look at number 4 seed Blacephalon versus the number 20 seed Gyarados. Number 4 seed Blacephalon, one of those ones in pool number 1, had a really good 2-0 victory over Solgaleo. Where there were some comments about, how was that matchup so lopsided even with the weakness guard one? Well, Blounds only needs 2 extra energies to still one-shot Solgaleo, so even with the weakness guard, that matchup's not close. And the other matchup, Gyarados played up against Ultra Malamar and got the upset victory 2-1. If you have not seen that matchup yet, please go do so. It was a very, very good series. Gyarados versus Ultra Mally going the distance. But here we have this matchup, which is quite interesting because Gyarados, while it is a Zoroark deck, saw a lot of its success because of the prevalence of Blacephalon. Once Blacephalon started kind of waning off in the meta, Gyarados did as well. It was a deck created to beat Blacephalon and have some sort of tools against a lot of other things. But once the meta shifted, Gyarados kind of fell out of favor because Blacephalon wasn't a free win anymore because it wasn't really in the format. So it's quite interesting that we have Gyarados and Blacephalon matched up in round number 2. It is the big, scary deck of the format versus the deck that was created to counter it. So we'll see if Gyarados actually does its thing and gets the counter off, or if Blacephalon can overcome the bad matchup. Caleb over there playing Gyarados gets everything he needs. He gets the Elm, the Energy, the Choice Band, the Marsh Shadow. He's got everything. Absolutely everything that a Zoroark player could want turn 1. And Caston has the exact opposite. He got let loose into nothing. Wow. That is a let loose energy attach and pass. That is as best as we got. So, not pass, sorry. There's a 10 damage poison going down, sure, but Caleb just needs, let's see if this timer ball hits. If this timer ball hits Wuhan, the DCE is on the Gyarados, or sorry, the Magikarp on the bench. So, if Caleb can get out of the active and get a Magikarp in the discard pile, or if he can get a Zoroark, he's got another timer ball in the hand, too. So, he can start trading, and if he hits that other DCE or a way to get out of the active, this game's going to be over very quickly. So we see the evolve onto the active, not the bench. And we have a timer ball in the hand. It'd be interesting to see if he does play that first. Double heads. Absolutely devastating. Likely to see 2 Zoroarks here just to try to hit it. Maybe he's looking for Gyarados. Yeah, it will be 2 Zoroarks. You don't need the Gyarados. You don't have a Magikarp in the discard pile. And, if you trade into a DCE, this game is all but over. So, we'll see 3 trades coming down. Trade number 1. Getting into Kukui and Acerola. Not what you want to see, but next turn is going to be great. Trade number 2. Pitching the Kukui. And there's the DCE. Yikers. Yeah, and Caston looking up at the camera there. Hey, come on, man. This game is already just kind of over. This is the power of turn 1 let loose. It's the biggest criticism of this format. There's another trade. Ultra Ball and Elms. You just got everything you need for next turn. Biggest issue with this format that a lot of people have is the turn 1 let loose stuff. So we'll see the Poipole go down, evolve into Naganadel, charging up, and a Guzma to stall. What do you even Guzma here? Guzma the Marsh Shadow and the stall that. Woof. Let's see if Caleb can get into this. Maybe he Elms first here to get his Magikarps out of the deck. He's got Ultra Ball. He's got a lot of ways to thin. Really just needs a switch or a double colorless energy. Maybe we see trades first. Nope, we're going to see the trade first before the Magikarps. There's an Ultra Ball, and there's a Cynthia. And so now what does Caleb decide to do? Is he going to start thinning with the Ultra Ball? Is he going to... Yeah, it will be a thin with the Ultra Ball, it looks like. Eyeball in, getting rid of the Elms now, though. There's only 2 DCEs left in deck. I don't remember if there's a switch in that deck. You definitely can't Guzma out of it. And there's no bench on Caleb's side. Or on Caston's side, rather. There's no bench on the side of Blacephalon, so... we will see a Ultra Ball for a Magikarp. And we will see an Ultra Ball again, maybe. And yeah, it looks like Caston was pointing at the Elm saying, hey man, you could have just like gotten all these out of there, but it's fine. Looks like we're going to be Ultra Balling again, maybe. Getting rid of the Acerola and a Magikarp. This is going to grab another Magikarp to thin, most likely. I think the other Zoroark was in the hand. And we'll see a Palpad first. So even though he's thinning, I'm putting Kukui's stuff into the deck. And the reason that is because right now, Caleb actually doesn't have Knockout. Without Magikarp and Gyarados and all those pieces, Kukui is the only way to do it. So Kukui is technically an out here. You know, you might be thinking, well, why did he thin his deck if he was just going to Palpad? Well, because Kukui is technically an out. You know, you got to knock out this Naganadel somehow, and it's either going to be with Gyarados or with Zoroark. And you need all the pieces you can get. So we'll see another trade come down, pitching a Magikarp. And there's a Muck and an Acerola. So you put the Acerola back, but those are 2 trade targets. Trade of the Muck, and there's a DCE. Oh, and the Evolve into the Gyarados. You might as well just slap the DCE down and go. You really got no other reason not to. So there's the DCE. There's the Almighty Evolution into another Zoroark and a Cynthia. Yeah, that is 4 Zoroarks and a Gyarados down. Now, on the side of Caston, if you can hit a Guzma and the last DCE is prized on Caleb's side, I actually think it's a loss for Caleb, believe it or not. I don't remember if there is a switch in the deck. There's a Timer Ball fail, just to thin it. There's some Enhanced Hammers in Caleb's hand. Probably just going to trade one more of those away. Actually, you know what? No, it's actually not a loss no matter what, because this Zoroark with the damage counter on it from the poison can be Acerolled up, and you can start Oranguring. Never mind. I thought for a second there that there was actually no way. And it will not be a retreat. And wow, look at that hand. That hand is, yeah, March out into nothing. So yeah, he's going to save the DCE to retreat. And yeah, Caleb's got the Kukui for next turn. No sense in risking another Guzma stall. So just like that, game 1 goes to Zoroark Gyarados. I swear we are not writing this script. Mello did not slip us a 20 off to the side and said, hey man, can you just throw? Although I'm sure he's sitting at home watching this, being very happy. If you want the inside scoop, Mello does watch these games, but he watches them alongside you guys. When I send them to him, he uploads them, and then he watches them. But he's not here in the room while we're recording any of this. He's at home with the babies, so he's finding out all of this just like you do. Every time he comes into the shop, he's like, no spoilers. I'm always like, oh man, a crazy thing happened, and he's like, don't tell me. I want to watch. So I swear we are not doing this for the viewing pleasure of Mellow Magikarp fans. Zoroark Gyarados just leaned real heavily on Let Loose Marshadow there. Wowzers. So we are going to be switching up the trifecta here. It looks like Caston is now on the Zoroark Gyarados, and I am overplaying Blounds here, the big Blounds. Starting the Lele, though. Not what you want to see. Blounds will get to go first and at least get a Poipole down and a Heat Factory, so we can start drawing some stuff. There's a Heat Factory for 3. Energies, Ultra Balls. You got the whole kit and caboodle there. There's a Sophocles. Maybe thinking about saving this Fire Energy? Yeah, you might want to save the Fire Energy just in case you need the attachment. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think you got the attachment anyway. And, yeah, there's a Mysterious Treasure to boot here. So we're going to have 2 Poipoles down. But no Blacephalon. Might be wanting to save the energy switch for next turn. Oh, actually, just give me a Let Loose back. Does Caston get Let Loosed into back-to-back bad hands? Oh my gosh, we were about to find out. Or does Blounds let loose itself into a bad hand yet again? It's already played the supporter. It's already used the Heat Factory. So there's a Cynthia at least, and it's going to be a pass over to Zoroark. Oh, wow, that is 2 DCEs, no supporter. There's an Enhanced Hammer, a Timer Ball, At least we can get a trade off. That hand is also not great. So it's a pass back over to myself. Wow. And there's the Beast Energy Cynthia. Yeah, not wanting to miss the Fire Energy here. The Beast Energy will get a knockout onto the Magikarp. And we'll see here. We did draw to the Fire anyways. But still no Blown. You really don't need it right now. It looks like we're just going to take the knockout after this Heat Factory here. You got everything you need in this hand. Start charging up some energies. And we will see Energy Drive take the knockout. What does a Guzma? Well, we'll see a trade at the very least. We'll trade the Enhanced Hammer away, but maybe you want to attach the Enhanced Hammer. So this is the DCE. Yeah, it's an interesting decision here. Which one of those pieces do you trade? The Tire Ball, the Enhanced Hammer, or the Guzma? He's going to trade the Guzma away into a Guzma and an Acerola. Woof. And double tails on the Tire Balls to thin. And we'll see the Enhanced Hammer come down. But yeah, that is a Guzma Acerola, and it is a Zoroark for 20. Now, you really just need an energy switch, and there's a whole bunch of charging up stuff. So we'll get the attachment. So it looks like we're not banking on the energy switch Blacephalon, question mark. You could, in theory, take a knockout here. We'll see the Heat Factory come down first. There's the Blown. So the Blown, attach, and a pass. Just like Caston, can you trade into it? He gets the Zoroark and the Elms, so he can at least play the game. It's coming back. He traded right away into the Elms. Trading away the Muck, too. Kind of a dead card in this matchup. Can't grab the Mars Shadow off of the Elms, so it looks like you'll be eyeballing a Zoroark, a Zora, 2 Zoras, and a Magikarp. We know the Ditto is gone because it's in the active. But you don't really need the Ditto to be a Gyarados in this matchup because you can just ride the Magikarp Gyarados because you hit double damage onto the Blacephalon. So Caston able to play the game now. This is all of a sudden a thing. And played the Elms and now be able to attack for 80 damage, going up to 100, back over to Blacephalon's turn. There's the attachment, and there is the retreat. And we got a whole bunch of charging ups coming down. What else in that hand? There's a lot of good things in that hand, and it will be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energies going into the discard or into the lost zone to knock out the Zoroark. There's a Guzma. And no trades or anything on the side of Caston, so it's a pass back over. Ugh, not great. And it's a Guzma right on back on the Magikarp. We'll blow it up with 1. And yeah, that's going to do it. Caston will go ahead and there's just nothing. Because there is knockout on board, pretty much. And yeah, the Oranguru off the top, that's not going to do it. So Caston absolutely building a house these first 2 games. But hey, after the back-to-back bricks from Caston, we are at the very least going to get a game 3 out of this set. Wow. There have been some bricks in this tournament. There have been some times where decks have not functioned correctly. There have been a few miscues here and there, but wow. That was a absolutely horrendous start from Caston on both sides. So he's going to tag out. We're going to get Kobe Kawasaki in here for his first action in the Sun and Moon Lost Thunder tournament. Kobe usually can't record videos with us because he's too busy doing well at the tournaments. We record these after our Wednesday and Friday night tournaments at Tabletop Village. And Kobe's usually playing pretty late into those, so he couldn't come back and help. We have a dedicated crew of some lot people, but we have a lot of people that want to get in on this action, and Kobe just never had the chance to, so he's in now against myself. We'll see if we can not build a house with some bricks, and well, there's at the very least, a mulligan. So we got some more time here, but yeah, we have a handful of people that don't play in the standard events, or at least take a day off. We do a lot of tournaments here at Tabletop Village, so taking 1 or 2 days off to help record some lot, all in some people's favors. So, and we'll start with a Zora versus a Blown and an Elms. So how about that? Looks like both players will be able to get at least something going, because the Blown can function on its own for at least a few turns. Elms can get Zoroark going. We might actually have a game here in game number 3. So probably wanting to grab at least some Magikarps, and there will be one Magikarp with 2 Zora as well. Signaling maybe the Ditto's prized, maybe there's some other stuff going on with his hand. Yeah, see, so there you go. I was about to say, I was like, wait, I want to just grab 2 Magikarps here? I'm playing against Blowns. You just take the Blowns. And it will be a pass back over. I did see a Timer Ball and a Magikarp over in the hand. There's a DC on the Magikarp and a pass over to Kobe. Kobe's going to go ahead and bench the Poipole. We got an Ultra Space coming down for another Poipole. And what can Kobe do? He will attach for turn and hit us with a Lily for 5. There's a Marshadow. Maybe the Marshadow is going to come down now. The Choice Band might get slapped down. He's debating it. Yeah, the Choice Band will come down. He's eyeballing the Marshadow, and it will be a Let Loose. So yet again, 3rd game in a row with a turn 1 Let Loose. Both players playing it. We'll see if this one sticks on either side. You can let loose yourself into Bubkiss as well. So Kobe, looks like there's at least a supporter in that hand. He's going to bench another Blown with 2 energies on the supporter. And he's considering the burning. I think we talked about it a little bit. Do you want to use your GX here? Do you want to burn? And we said, well, you have the Choice Band on there already. You don't really need the damage. And how about that? He uses the GX attack and gets an extra energy acceleration. So Kobe going up 5 to 6 in prizes. There's a Zoroark and a trade. Ooh, there's a Timer Ball as well. Are we going to even get out of this even some more? Yes, we will. Getting out of the Let Loose with 2 trades. The first trade was committed already. And we'll see the second trade. Getting rid of the Choice Band. There's a double colorless energy and a Zora. What supporter do we have? We have Guzma there, even. I don't think you actually want to commit the Guzma, though. If you hit the Gyarados, you were doing stuff. But there's an Acerola Guzma and 2 double colorless energies. So a big decision here. Looks like the Guzma is being considered. Where do you put the double colorless energy? It will go to the active, and you will just commit to 2-shotting the active, knowing that you can get a Gyarados knockout somewhere in there. Over to Kobe, 3 energies and a supporter, so there will be the attachment. I believe that's a supporter. It looks like a Cynthia to me. And we'll Ultra Space first to hit the Poipole. Or the Poipole into the Naganadel, rather. And the Cynthia. So, we'll see what he gets off this. Looks like he needs 1 more energy on board to get the knockout, so you need a way to discard it and charging up. I do not believe there's any energies in the discard pile. And there's the energy, but no way to draw, no way to discard it, it looks like. Hang on a second, we might be kind of interesting here. So there's 2 energies, but no way to discard it. So max damage output, it's 180. This Zoroark will survive. So now it depends on, do you want to go for the... You know that your active is going to get knocked out. And that hand does not look very good on Kobe's side, so maybe you commit to the 2-shot. And that's exactly what it'll be. 80 damage coming down onto the Zoroark. Your hand is dead. You need to go for the 2-shot. Here is a trade coming down. The Guzma going down first, and another double colorless Kukui. Trade number 2, getting rid of the Acerola, because there is an Acerola in the hand already. So an Acerola comes down to heal at any damage. Another trade. And we know the DC is in the hand already, so we know we're getting the knockout here. And that Gyarados lies in wait. So Zoroark will take the knockout, going up 2 prizes. What can Kobe do here? There is just not a lot in that hand. This series full of brick moments. Kobe not being able to do anything here. There's energy switch shenanigans. There's choice band. There's just, again, charging up, but yeah, without that choice band, he can get it with the beast energy. Let's see. So beast energy comes down. We'll see a choice band and a charging up. That actually will be enough there. 1, 2, 3 is 150. Plus the beast energy choice band will actually get the knockout, but he's got to discard all of his energies. So the hand's dead. Maybe you can rip a beast ring off this. It's not. This game's not over. The choice band coming down will make the Blound get the knockout here. The return KO on board? Question mark. There's a Zoroark down. There's an Ultra Ball discarding a Max Potion and a Guzma. And it looks like we're eyeballing the Lele for the Elms, the non-turn 1 Elms, just to hit Magikarps to pitch. That is exactly what Gyarados can do. Really likes the non-turn 1 Elms and be fine here. So there's the Ditto coming down and trading away both Magikarps so that you have this return KO. Gyarados looking very strong right now. Now, Blounds is on the 3 prize turn, so you can Turning Point. This game's very much not over for Kobe. If he can get a Turning Point off, somehow, charging up, attach energy switch. And there's a Cynthia off the top. Yeah, this game is far from over. There's a Naganadel. He's got the energy switch in hand too. But, oh, you know what? There's no energy in the discard pile. He cannot charging up an energy switch this turn. There's still no way to get the energy in the discard pile. So even though he had energy switch, still not enough. And this Cynthia hand does not look very good. He's going to Ultra Space here. Looks like he wants to thin a little bit. Grabbing a Poiple. He's on the Turning Point turn, but maybe not being able to actually Turning Point. And yeah, it will just be a pass right back on over. Kobe just not having the energy in the discard pile to do anything. No Ultra Ball, no Mysterious Treasures, no... Wow, just... Have you ever seen a Blounds go this far into the game and not pitch this many energies? Like, you need energy in the discard pile to charging up, and it just didn't happen for Kobe right now. So Zoroark able to do its thing. There is only 2 in the discard pile. So, but there will be a Guzma. Guzma coming down onto the Poiple from the Zoroark, going down to 1 prize after the TC is attached. Zoroark Gyarados primed and ready to take this series. Does Kobe have a miracle in him? Let's see. No real way to discard fire energy still, and that hand is just not looking any good. Yeah, it's just, there's just no fire energy in the discard pile, and that's what we're looking at. And I show him the Kukui, and the Kukui is going to be game. So Zoroark Gyarados winning a 2-1 Brick Fest, moving on to top 8 to the delight of Mellow_Magikarp. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next video.